ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಘಟಿಕೋತ್ಸವ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಶ್ರೀ ಜಗ್ಗಿ ವಾಸುದೇವ್ರವರು, ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ಇಶಾ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಇವರು ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಒಂದು ಶಿಷ್ಟಾಚಾರದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಕಟಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಪ್ರದಾಯಿಕ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ತಮಗೆ ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಿದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕುಳಿತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಘನತೆಯನ್ನು, ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಹೊರಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಆವರಣದ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಮಗೆ ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಿದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಘನತೆಯನ್ನು, ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಎರಡೂ ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳು ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಆವರಣದ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಮಗೆ ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಿದ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಪ್ರದಾಯಿಕ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯ ಆರಂಭದ ಸೂಚನೆಯಾಗಿ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ ಸಂಗೀತ ತಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತಮ್ಮ ತಮ್ಮ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಸೂಚಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಘನತೆಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕು. ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯು ಈ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಮಧ್ಯಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಗಿ ಗಣ್ಯರು ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೇರಿ ತಮ್ಮ ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳುವವರೆಗೆ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಂತು ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಿ ಆ ನಂತರ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಗಣ್ಯರು ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಸೀನರಾದ ನಂತರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಆರಂಭದ ಘೋಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಂತರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಆ ನಂತರ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಭಾಷಣ, ಮುಂದೆ ಪದವಿ ಪ್ರದಾನ, ನಂತರ ಪದವಿ ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಿದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞಾವಿಧಿ ಬೋಧನೆ, ಆ ನಂತರ ಪದಕಗಳ ವಿತರಣೆ, ಇದಾದ ನಂತರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳ ಭಾಷಣವಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯದ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಗೆ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ಗೌರವ ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕು. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಯ ನಂತರ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇಳಿದು ಹಿಂದಿರುಗುವ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಮಧ್ಯಭಾಗದಿಂದ ಹಾದು ಹೊರ ತೆರಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಣ್ಯರು ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಿಂದ ಹೊರ ಹೋಗುವವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು
At the outset, I wish to inform you that the convocation ceremony is a very formal one. This ceremonial function follows a set of rules, and I request the audience to strictly abide by this. I also request you to cooperate in this endeavor to become partners in the successful completion of the program. First and the foremost, use of mobile phones is strictly prohibited during this function. Throughout the function, movement of persons, discussion of any form, and interruptions are completely being restricted. And I request you to strictly follow this and seek your cooperation. This function will start with a ceremonial procession of entire academic council led by Controller of Examinations of University. At the stroke of beating of drums as directed, you are requested to stand in your place and continue to remain standing. Procession enters the venue and reaches the dais and the dignitaries take their seats. Please note, you are requested to take seat only after the dignitaries on the dais are seated. His Holiness announces the formal opening of the convocation program. Function starts with an invocation. After this, Professor A.N. Santosh Kumar, Vice Chancellor JSS Science and Technology University, will give the welcome speech, followed by the award of the degrees. After all the graduates are admitted to their degree, oath-taking ceremony follows. Please stand up, follow the instructions, take the oath, and take your seats as directed. The next activity will be the award of medals. Medal winners and rank holders have been assigned places on the left side in the venue. When the name is announced, medal winners or their representatives are requested to proceed to the dais, enter gently from the left side of the dais, offer pranams to the dignitaries, receive the honors, show respect to the dignitaries, and then move towards the back side of the seated dignitaries for a photo session, which happens immediately after all the medal winners receive their honors. Please maintain silence throughout the program, and I request the medal winners and the rank holders to follow the instructions given by the volunteers and the faculties who assist you. Except the volunteers and the faculty members, I request with all the invitees to please take your seats. We request your kind cooperation for the smooth conduction of the event.
ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಹೊರಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಮುಂಭಾಗ
ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್
ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಈ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಮಗೆ ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಗೌರವ ಘನತೆಯನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಜಯಚಾಮರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಈಗ 60ರ ಸಂಭ್ರಮ, ಅಂದರೆ ವಜ್ರ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವ ವರ್ಷ. ಈಗ ಅದು JSS ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದ ಘಟಕ ಕಾಲೇಜು. ಸಹಸ್ರಾರು ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟ ದರ್ಜೆಯ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಈ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಯಚಾಮರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜು. ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅಖಿಲೇಶ್ ಯಾದವ್, ಭಾರತ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ತಂಡದ ವೇಗದ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಮೊನಚನ್ನು ತಂದ ಮೈಸೂರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯ ಜಾವಗಲ್ ಶ್ರೀನಾಥ್, ಖ್ಯಾತ ಹಾಡುಗಾರ ವಿಜಯ್ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್, ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ಡಾಲಿ ಧನಂಜಯ, ನಿಧಿ ಸುಬ್ಬಯ್ಯ, ಕವಲುದಾರಿ ಚಿತ್ರ ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯ ಋಷಿ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಹಿರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ನೀವು ಅಮೆರಿಕಾಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಯಾವ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಗರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ SACನ ಹಿರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಸಂಘ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ಛಾಪನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಒತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವೃತ್ತಿಪರತೆಯನ್ನು ಮೆರೆತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಪದವಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡಿತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ನ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯವನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಚುರಪಡಿಸಲಿ, ತಮಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ತರಲಿ ಎಂಬುದೇ ನಮ್ಮ JSS ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಆಶಯ. ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ 60ರ ಸಂಭ್ರಮ, ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಕ್ಕೆ 7ರ ಏಳಿಗೆಯ ಸಂತೋಷ, ಘಟಿಕೋತ್ಸವ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 5, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಆರಂಭದ ಸಮಯ 4. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಘಟಿಕೋತ್ಸವ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಷಣಗಣನೆ ಆರಂಭವಾಗಿದೆ. ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸಕಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಜ್ಜುಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕೂಡ ನವ ವಧುವಿನ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಾರಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಸರ್ವ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ಆರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಎದುರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ತಮಗೆ ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಿದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಘನತೆಯನ್ನು ತರಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
On behalf of the JSS family and JSS Science and Technology University, we thank you people in advance for your kind cooperation through the entire 5th Convocation event. Your kind attention please, the high tea or the refreshments have been arranged to all at evening. A request with all the invitees to please occupy the seats. Okay. The JSS family staffs, it's a kind request with all the staff members to please occupy the seats. Let's make the way clear for the invitees to come. The program will commence in few minutes. The rank holders or the graduates to please occupy the seats as per the directions given by our volunteers. We request your kind cooperation towards the entire event. So kindly occupy your seats please first. The function starts with the ceremonial procession of the entire academic council led by the controller of examination of the university. So at the stroke of beating of the drums as directed, you're all being requested to stand in your places and continue to remain standing. The procession will enter the venue and reaches the dais and the dignitaries take their seats, please note. For which it's a kind request with all to leave the place and make the way for the dignitaries to occupy the seats on the dais. A humble request with all JSS Science and Technology University faculty fraternity to please occupy the seats. You're all requested to take your seats only after the dignitaries are seated on the dais. His Holiness will announce us the formal opening of the Convocation program. The function will start with an invocation. After this, a welcome speech by Professor A.N. Santosh Kumar, Vice Chancellor, JSS Science and Technology University. Followed by that, the award of the degrees. After all the graduates are admitted to their degree, the oath-taking ceremony follows. You're requested to please stand up in the same places, follow the instructions, take the oath, and take your seats as directed. You have been highly requested to please maintain silence till the completion of the program. An important announcement, no photography other than the officials and the press photographies have been allowed in well. The audio and the video recording of any of this event in any form is also being permitted inside the program venue. The function will begin within a couple of minutes. So this function will be followed by a convocation address by the chief guest, Sadhguru Sri Jaggi Vasudev Ji, the founder, Isha Foundation. The registration counter is being closed, so request with all the graduates to please occupy your seats inside the venue. On behalf of the JSS Mahavidyapita and JSS Science and Technology University, we wholeheartedly welcome one and all for this great day. We have all been gathered here for the part of the 5th convocation program of our university for the graduate students who have completed their studies in the year 2022, in the month of July to August. You have been kindly requested to please occupy the seats in the same designated places. Please don't move around till the completion of the program. Throughout the function, the movement of person, discussion of any forms, and the interruptions are completely being restricted, and request you to kindly follow and seek your cooperation. You're kindly requested to please sit down. We'll give you the instructions. Followed by that, you can please stand. Thank you. Once you hear the beats from the police band, you're requested to please stand up and maintain the dignities to the dais. kind request with all the invitees and the graduates who are near the civil department to please come inside the venue. The program is going to start in couple of minutes. It's a humble request with all the invitees and the graduates to please occupy your seats inside the venue. We are going to begin the event in couple of minutes. A kind request with all the participants to please be occupied in your seats and clear the way when the dignitaries are coming with their path. Students and all the invitees who are standing outside the venue to please request it. You have been requested to come inside the venue. Only at the stroke of the dumb beats you have been directed or requested to stand up at your places itself and continue to remain standing till the procession enters the venue and reaches the dais, and the dignitaries will take their seats on the dais. Please note, you have been requested to take seats only after the dignitaries on the dais are being seated. Faculties, students and invitees who are standing outside the venue to kindly occupy your seats inside the venue. We are going to begin the function in a couple of seconds. Beating of the drums, you have been directed and requested to stand in your places. No movement, please. Kind request with the entire team to please stand up in your venue.
Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to declare this convocation open.
We declare this convocation open. Invocation by Sridevi Kulenur and group, followed by welcome speech and presentation of the report of JSS Science and Technology University by Vice Chancellor Dr. Santosh Kumar.
प्रणम्य शिरसा देवम् गौरीपुत्रं विनायकम् प्रणम्य शिरसा देवम् गौरीपुत्रं विनायकम् भक्तावासम् स्मरेन् नित्यम् भक्तावासम् स्मरे नित्यम् आयु कामार्थसिद्धये आयु कामार्थसिद्धये सद्भक्तजनसन्दोहा कष्टसञ्चयनाशकम् सद्भक्तजनसन्दोहा कष्टसञ्चयनाशकम् कामकालभयतीतम् कामकालभयतीतम् शिवरात्रीश्वरं भजे शिवरात्रीश्वरं भजे ಚಕೋರಂಗೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ ಚಕೋರಂಗೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ ಅಂಬುಜಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾನುವಿನ ಅಂಬುಜಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾನುವಿನ ಉದಯದ ಚಿಂತೆ ಚಕೋರಂಗೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ ಭ್ರಮರಂಗೆ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ಎನಗೆಯನ್ನ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವನ ನೆನೆಹುದೇ ಚಿಂತೆ ಚಕೋರಂಗೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ ಚಕೋರಂಗೆ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ಚಿಂತೆ
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. A very good evening to everyone. At the outset, I submit my most respectful pranams to the Suttur Guru Parampara. I submit my respectful pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagat Guru Dr. Sri Shivaratri Rajendra Mahaswami Ji, the founder president of JSS Mahavidyapita. I offer my humble pranams to the lotus feet of His Holiness Jagat Guru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswami Ji, President JSS Mahavidyapita and the Honorable Chancellor of JSS Science and Technology University, and seek his divine blessings. I am pleased to extend a warm welcome to you all for the 5th convocation of JSS Science and Technology University. Today marks a significant milestone in the lives of our graduates who have worked with dedication to complete their graduation. I deem it a privilege to welcome our Honorable Chancellor, Jagat Guru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswami Ji, a great philanthropist and visionary committed to the welfare of people beyond caste, creed and color. His legendary leadership and direction have taken this university to a higher level of quality and excellence. Honorable Chancellor, we are blessed to have your gracious presence on this occasion. Your Holiness, on behalf of the university, faculty and students, I profoundly welcome you to this convocation ceremony. It's a matter of great honor to welcome respected Sadguru Sri Jaggi Vasudev Ji, founder and head of Isha Foundation, who is here with us today as our esteemed chief guest. Respected Sadguru Ji needs no introduction, as he is well known across the globe as a renowned spiritual leader, author, and visionary who has dedicated his life to spreading the message of inner well-being and global harmony. His teachings on yoga, meditation, and spirituality have inspired millions of people around the world to embrace a holistic approach to life. Popularly known as the yogi, mystic, and visionary, Sadhguruji is among the most influential persons of our times. A New York Times best-selling author, Sadhguruji is acclaimed as a speaker and opinion maker of international fame and repute. Listeners have been ubiquitously impressed by his astute and incisive grasp of current issues and world affairs, as well as his scientific approach to the question of human well-being. He is the only living Indian to have received 3 presidential awards from 3 different presidents, among which is India's highest annual civilian award, the Padma Vibhushan. 3 decades ago, Sadhguruji founded the Isha Foundation, a non-profit human service organization that is supported by over 17 million volunteers worldwide. As part of the Conscious Planet initiative, he has also launched the world's largest people's movement, Save Soil, which has so far reached over 3.91 billion people. Sadhguruji has also been a vocal advocate for sustainable living, social responsibility, and environmental conservation. Traversing seamlessly from the ancient to the ultra-modern, Sadhguruji bridges the gap between the known and the unknown, enabling all those who encounter him to explore and experience the deepest dimensions of life. His transformational programs have brought about positive changes in the lives of people worldwide. Sadhguruji has a unique ability to make the ancient yogic sciences relevant to contemporary minds and to reach the deeper dimensions of life. Sadhguruji has been an influential voice at major global forums, including the United Nations, World Headquarters, and the World Economic Forum, addressing issues as diverse as socio-economic development, leadership, and spirituality. He has also been invited to speak at leading educational institutions, including the Oxford, London Business School, Stanford, Harvard, Yale, Wharton, MIT, and several IITs, to name a few. We are indeed fortunate and privileged to have Sadhguruji with us today to share his insights and wisdom with our graduating students and others. I am sure the convocation address to be delivered by Sadhguruji will motivate our young graduates. We look forward to hearing his inspiring words. On behalf of everyone present here, I extend a very warm welcome to the respected Sadhguruji. Welcome, Sadhguruji, to the convocation. At the end of the university report, a video on Shri Sadhguruji and the activities of the Isha Foundation will be played. I take this opportunity to extend a hearty welcome to Dr. C.G. Betsurmat, the Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidya Peetha. I welcome Professor M.H. Dhananjaya, Advisor, Technical Education Division, and Professor B. Suresh, Director, Technical Education Division, in their absentia. I also welcome our esteemed member of the Board of Governors, Dr. H.S. Manjunath Bhargava, Director and Consultant Orthopedic Surgeon at Kaveri Heart and Multi-Speciality Hospital, Mysuru. I take this opportunity to welcome our esteemed member of the Board of Management, Dr. S.A. Kori, Vice Chancellor of Central University of Andhra Pradesh, Anantapur. I welcome all the directors, secretaries, unit heads, and officers of JSS Mahavidya Peetha to this convocation ceremony. I take this opportunity to welcome all the members of the statutory bodies, Research and Innovation Council, and Finance Committee. I also take this opportunity to welcome Sri Raghavendra Shastri Ji, special invitees and volunteers from Isha Foundation to this convocation ceremony. I extend a warm welcome to the Vice Chancellors, heads of various academic institutions, dignitaries from other organizations, my colleagues at the university and the Constituent College, the Registrar, Finance Officer, Deans of various faculties, the principals and heads of departments, administrative officers, teachers, staff, guests, alumni, and all members of the press and media who are present here. I extend a very special welcome to all the young graduates and their proud parents. I congratulate all the graduates on their academic success, the culmination of many years of dedication and hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, on the occasion of the 5th convocation, I am happy to share some of the major accomplishments of our university. Today, in this convocation, 1,604 students have successfully completed their undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD programs in different fields, and they are being conferred degrees. Among them, 986 students of Bachelor of Engineering, 54 students of Bachelor of Computer Applications, 176 students of Master of Technology, 103 students of Master of Computer Applications, 47 students of Master of Science, 227 students of Master of Business Administration, and 11 research scholars are being conferred degrees. 34 rank holders will be honored with gold medals, and 22 students will receive endowment medals. JSS Science and Technology University aims to energize and empower students with interdisciplinary intelligence and skill, which are essential for professional and personal success in life after university. The university is passionately committed to providing quality education in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, management, humanities, and social sciences. Our mission is to participate in nation building through the creation of skilled and innovative manpower, which is vital to achieve progress and prosperity of the society and nation. In this direction, the university offers 14 undergraduate programs, 31 postgraduate programs, and several PhD programs in basic to advanced research, with a total student strength of around 6,000 in the university. The university has initiated various measures to empower its students. The university practices outcome-based education with an updated and reoriented curriculum in line with the new education policy and the recent advances in science and technology that are necessary for the development of life skills for career progress in industry, academia, research, and entrepreneurship. The university has started 8 new MSc programs focused on recent business and industry demands. I am proud to inform you that our students at the university have not been affected by the global slowdown and recession. More than 90% of the eligible students are employed in 228 companies till date, and many more are expected to visit the campus to offer placement in coming days. The major recruiters, including the top domestic and multinational companies, the placements directly reflect the quality of technical skills and multidisciplinary knowledge dissemination at JSS Science and Technology University. Several laboratories supported by the industry have been established, and other laboratories are modernized as per the current requirements. Over the years, the university has been ranked by various ranking agencies and has gained top accreditation due to the remarkable performance of the students and the faculty. The university is ranked 158 in the National Institutional Ranking Framework Assessment in the engineering category and in the top 10 under various categories in the Indian Institutional Ranking Framework. Our researchers have received several funded projects worth rupees 702 lakhs from various government agencies which are interdisciplinary in nature that are expected to encourage students to identify societal problems and address them with innovative ideas. Consultancy projects worth rupees 66 lakhs are being pursued. The university has published more than 325 research articles in journals, conferences, and book chapters of high repute this year. The university has filed 20 patents and published 5 patents so far through the IP cell. The university has also successfully conducted more than 100 national and international conferences, seminars, training programs, lectures by alumni, invited talks, webinars, and workshops. The university has signed Memorandum of Understanding with more than 40 industries and organizations at national and international levels. Some of our prestigious partners include Dassault Systems France, TCS, Visteon Technical and Services Center, Jobok National University of Korea, Australia India Water Center Australia, Mercedes-Benz Germany, Malaysia University of Science and Technology, Bosch Global Software Technologies, Yespar Consulting USA, Zenkan Corporation Japan, St. Petersburg Electrotechnical University Russia, UD Trucks, HP, National Highway Authority of India, and others. The university actively promotes sports and various other activities. The university organized the South Zone Inter-University Cricket Tournament for Women in collaboration with the Association of Indian Universities in January-February 2023, apart from other sports events. The university is also hosting a national-level inter-university cricket tournament for women in the month of April 2023. The popular student clubs have conducted more than 200 technical competitions, seminars, workshops, hackathons, festivals, and other related events for students. The annual cultural festival of the university, SJC Jesiana, popularly known as the Mini Dasara, was held in the month of May 2022. Renowned personalities from the film and music industries performed in the 3-day cultural fest. Sri Jayachamrajendra College of Engineering, a constituent college of JSS Science and Technology University, is celebrating its Diamond Jubilee year. The Diamond Jubilee celebrations was inaugurated by His Excellency Sri Manoj Sinha Ji, Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, in the divine presence of His Holiness Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji. JSS Multimedia Resource Center, which is an initiative to create a digital information platform for all the stakeholders of the university, was also inaugurated on the occasion. The major objective of the university is to invest, nurture, and create talented and skilled young individuals who can lead the country in the future. We at the university believe that these investments will go a long way in yielding returns that have a profound impact on people and society. We are very fortunate to have been bestowed with exemplary governance by visionary Chancellor, His Holiness Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, in achieving these objectives. Dear young graduates, in a fast-changing world, be confident and embrace new challenges and opportunities. On this joyful day, full of hope, I once again take this opportunity to heartily congratulate all of you and wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. May I now request for the video on Sri Sadhguruji and Isha activities. Thank you one and all.
You're going to meet a man who has a devoted following across India and indeed around the world. While yoga and meditation are at the core of his teachings to promote individual growth, the work of the foundation covers conservation, education and health. And you'll find him astonishingly pragmatic on a range of very modern-day problems. Let's meet Sadhguru.
For the very first time in the history of humanity, we have the necessary resource, we have the necessary capability, we have the necessary technology to address every human problem on the planet. Even 25 years ago, we couldn't have dreamt of it. But the only thing that is missing is consciousness.
Today, the spotlight is on a project called Green Hands in India.
We started a mass campaign and 6 years I spent planting trees in people's heads. That's the most difficult terrain, believe me. And now in the last 6 years, we've been transplanting it, and that's happening much more easily.
Action for Rural Rejuvenation is mainly aimed at rejuvenating the human spirit.
This is an incredible movement that is started in Tamil Nadu. We want to see that this happens to the whole country. The idea is not necessarily about developing competitive sport, but the important thing is to bring the spirit of sport and revitalizing rural societies.
ईशा आउटरीच को वर्ष 2018 के लिए राष्ट्रीय खेल प्रोत्साहन पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया जाता है। सद्गुरु जगदीश वासुदेव, संस्थापक ईशा आउटरीच।
English and computer skills are very essential to make these children come out of the hopeless economic and social pit they are in.
If you could first tell our viewers, what is the idea behind it? Initiative, insight, which is more specific towards entrepreneurs.
Whatever the nature of your business, ultimately, it is all about human well-being.
Isha Foundation, a non-religious, non-profit public service organisation headquartered in southern India.
We've engineered the outside world in so many ways, but we've done nothing about this one. If you want to know well-being, in is the only way out.
This is what I want to teach you too. That is, you can be completely intoxicated without any drug, just on life. This is a shift from wine to divine.
How can you love one and hate the other when the same divine exists in all? Spiritual process is not about looking up or looking down, it is about turning inward. See, the only thing that I'm really good at is just this. I can just make the air around me just crackle with energy. Adiyogi is the source of yoga, the first yogi.
Adiyogi will inspire many generations to take up yoga. One truly remarkable thing that Sadhguru has done is, he has made yogis out of ordinary common people.
We're tracking a mammoth movement, an incredible rally starting from Kanyakumari, reaching up to the Himalayas, with the sole purpose of rejuvenating India's rivers.
Every state is responding. This is concurrence and this is wonderful.
I'm very happy that Sadhguru has taken up this cause. It should also become a people's movement for our own survival, for the survival of our children.
We are also launching another campaign called Kaveri Calling. This 83,000 square kilometers of Kaveri basin. we want to bring it back, at least 1/3 of it back into some kind of green.
ಪರಿಸರ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಯ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ನೀಡೋದಿದೆ.
சத்குருஜி அவர்கள் எடுக்கின்ற முயற்சிக்கு எங்களுடைய அரசு துணை நிற்கும்.
The whole purpose of this moment is to first to bring this home, that when you walk upon the soil, you know it is the source of your life. Keeping it alive is the most important thing. Will you make it happen? All of us come from the same soil. All of us eat of the same soil. All of us die and go back to the same soil. The soil is a unifying force. Soil is not our property. It's a legacy that's come to us from previous generations, and we must pass it on as living soil for future generations.
Dear Sadhguru, one of the world's voices and leaders on soil conservation and land.
It's extremely important. It must be a single-point agenda, incentive-based agenda. I don't want this COP15 to end as one more convention with more paper and more paper. This must end with concrete action, and action in such a way that it's implementable. We are launching a campaign called Youth and Truth in the month of September. Youth and Truth, unplug with Sadhguru, ask whatever you want.
I want to know the truth about ambition.
Technology.
Why do we have to wear a tie or a proper dress code in our placement?
What is the meaning of competition both for individuals and society?
For every one of you, your life is precious, isn't it? This precious life, where are you going to invest it? What is it that will be worthwhile today and worthwhile after 50 years for me to invest myself into? You invest your life into that. This will be a life of fulfillment.
He has a different swag. He's kind of Buddha to us. Sadhguru has become this new friend of youth.
One important thing about Fashion for Peace is shifting back to natural fiber as much as possible. The way we dress is destroying the world. Textile has become the third largest polluter on the planet. The polyfiber, it has entered our bodies, it's entered our water, soil, our food cycle. This is not just about fashion, this is going to make millions of people's lives. If you have to describe yourself in one word, would you consider wildlife as two words or one word?
President Pranab Mukherjee felicitating his Sadhguru for all his spiritual contribution.
Dr. P. Nanjan Swami, Controller of Examination, will present all the eligible candidates of undergraduate, postgraduate and Doctor of Philosophy programs to the Honorable Chancellor.
Candidates of Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Computer Applications, Master of Technology, Master of Computer Applications, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, and Doctor of Philosophy, please stand up. And remain to stand until the oath is administered. Honorable Chancellor, under the laws of the University, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Computer Applications, Master of Technology, Master of Computer Applications, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, and Doctor of Philosophy are presented, and all the remaining candidates of Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Computer Applications, Master of Technology, Master of Computer Applications, Master of Science and Master of Business Administration, and Doctor of Philosophy are presented in absentia. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for the degree. Honorable Chancellor, I request you to admit all the candidates presented.
On the recommendation of the Academic Council, with the approval of the Board of Management, Board of Governors, and by the virtue of the authority vested in us as the Chancellor of JSS Science and Technology University, we admit all the candidates presented to the degrees of Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Computer Applications, Master of Technology, Master of Computer Applications, Master of Science, Master of Business Administration, and Doctor of Philosophy awarded by the JSS Science and Technology University. Congratulations to one and all. Dr. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita, will administer the oath to the candidates.
Please raise your right hand. Repeat the oath after I read it. I hereby pledge that I shall, in thought, word, and deed, ever endeavor to be honest in the discharge of my duties. I shall uphold the honor, dignity, and integrity of my profession, my institution, and my country. I shall use my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability for the well-being of all the communities globally, irrespective of nationality, religion, race, or gender, for the advancement of learning and the public good. I shall dedicate my life to the service of humanity with utmost humility through the knowledge I have gained. I shall devote all my energy to promote, value, and preserve the rich heritage, tradition, composite culture, unity, and the secular ideal of my country. Candidates, please resume your seats. Dr. P. Nanjunaswamy, Controller of Examinations will lay the records of degrees that have been conferred before the Chancellor for signature, followed by the presentation of rank holders and medal winners of Bachelor of Engineering and Master of Technology by Dr. S.B. Kiwade, Dean, Engineering and Technology.
I call upon rank holders and medal winners of Bachelor of Engineering to receive their honors for the examination held during July 2022. Department of Biotechnology, Vaishnavi N, first rank, and Pruin Solutions Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in biotechnology. Department of Civil Engineering, Kritika R, first rank, and Srimati Ratnamma and Anantachar Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in final year BE Civil Engineering, and Srichand Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Civil Engineering. Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Deepthi VN, first rank. Department of Construction Technology and Management, Veena S, first rank, and Sri K.N. Subramaniya Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Construction Technology and Management. Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Sanjana V, first rank. Priya S, Srimati Sukanya Dhananjaya Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in final year B Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Kirtana R, first rank, and His Holiness Jagadguru Dr. Sivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Electronics and Communication Engineering. Shruti R, Sri B.S. Keshav Kishan Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in final year BE Electronics and Communication Engineering. The parent will collect the award on behalf of the student. Department of Electronics and Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Raksha C, first rank. Department of Environmental Engineering, Bhumika BV, first rank, and Srimati Jayamma Bhojappa Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Environmental Engineering. Department of Industrial and Production Engineering, Aishwarya MEV, first rank, and Quality Circle Forum of India, Mysuru Chapter Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Industrial and Production Engineering. Department of Information Science and Engineering, Saugandhini S, first rank, and His Holiness Jagadguru Dr. Sivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Information Science and Engineering. Department of Mechanical Engineering, Ankit Mahadev, first rank, and Quality Circle Forum of India, Mysuru Chapter Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Mechanical Engineering, and Manoj Prakash Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Mechanical Engineering, and 1987 Mechanical Engineering Batch Endowment Medal for securing the highest SGPA in 8th semester BE Mechanical Engineering. Department of Polymer Science and Technology, Akshata N. Seth, first rank, and Dr. Hemalata Siddharamaya Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in BE Polymer Science and Technology. Punya PS, Polymer Science and Technology, Alumni Endowment Medal for securing the second highest CGPA in final year BE Polymer Science and Technology. I call upon rank holders and medal winners of Master of Technology to receive their honors for the examination held during September 22. MTech in Automotive Electronics, Nivedita TR, first rank. MTech in Computer Engineering, Monica MR, first rank. MTech in Data Sciences, Nagarjun A, first rank. MTech in Energy Systems and Management, MTech in Energy Systems and Management, Tejaswini KP, first rank. MTech in Environmental Engineering, Hemalata DS, first rank. Pooja RV, Professor TP Halappa Gowda, Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in final year MTech Environmental Engineering. MTech in Health Science and Water Engineering, Nidhi AH, first rank. MTech in Industrial Electronics, Swati P, first rank. MTech in Industrial Structures, Chris Lindsay J, first rank, and Civil Aid Bureau Veritas Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in first year MTech in Industrial Structures. MTech in Infrastructure Engineering and Management, Sridevi V, first rank. MTech in Maintenance Engineering, SSDR, Sri EP Nanjappa Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in final year MTech Maintenance Engineering. MTech in Material Science and Engineering, Rakshak BR, first rank. MTech in Networking and Internet Engineering, Kavyasri B, first rank. MTech in Polymer Science and Technology, BV Kritika, first rank. MTech in Software Engineering, Aishwarya M, first rank. Dr. P. Mallu, Dean Science, will now present the rank holders and medal winners of Bachelor of Computer Applications, Master of Computer Applications, and Master of Science.
I call upon rank holders, medal winners of Bachelor of Computer Applications, Master of Computer Applications and Master of Science to receive their honors. Bachelor of Computer Applications, Sahana Bhatt U, first rank. Master of Computer Applications, 3 years program, Umme Roman W, first rank, and Sri K.C. Sanmukaradhya Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA for a girl student in Master of Computer Applications at the examination held during September 2022. Master of Computer Applications, 2 years program, Guru Prasad Timmani Egade, first rank. Sri Lekha R, Sri K.C. Sanmukaradhya Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA for a girl student in Master of Computer Applications at the examination held during September 2022. Master of Science in Chemistry, Varsha Raj, first rank, and SJC Cooperative Society Golden Jubilee Endowment Medal for securing the first rank in MSc Chemistry at the examination held during August 2022. Master of Science in Mathematics, Veena MN, first rank. Dr. P. Nagesh, Dean Management, will now present the rank holders and medal winners of Master of Business Administration.
I call upon rank holders and medal winners of Master of Business Administration to receive their honors for the examination held during September 2022. Master of Business Administration, Breonna Alexander, first rank, and Sri Nagachar P. Memorial Endowment Medal for securing the highest CGPA in Master of Business Administration. Master of Business Administration in Corporate Finance, Akila K.S., first rank. Master of Business Administration in Retail Management, Mita Pratap, first rank. Master of Business Administration in Digital Marketing, Sahana Gurukar R, first rank. Dr. Manoj Kumar B, Dean Academics, will now present the candidates of Doctor of Philosophy.
I call upon the candidates of Doctor of Philosophy to receive their honors. Shashidhar R, awarded PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering. Prithvi C, awarded PhD in Mechanical Engineering. Shalini P, awarded PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering. Savita AC, awarded PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering. Sunil S.R. Gayakwad, awarded PhD in Mechanical Engineering. Aniruddha S. Rao, awarded PhD in Management Studies. Rakesh K.M., awarded PhD in Mechanical Engineering. Pooja Priyadarshini Joshi D, awarded PhD in Management Studies. Chetana HT, awarded PhD in Computer Science and Engineering. Mohana SD, awarded PhD in Computer Applications. Kavyashri SMB, awarded PhD in Management Studies. may I now request the chief guest, respected Sadhguruji, to deliver the convocation address.
Please sit down.
कालो न जानाति तव कालो न जानाति तव समापनम् दृष्टो मया तव महाकारः योगेश्वर काल काल योगेश्वर काल काल. Namaskaram. I said namaskaram, huh? An engineering institution I happened to meet an engineering student from the Purdue University, an Indian boy, and I asked him, "What are you doing?" He said, "Last year of engineering, Sadhguru." I said, "How can you be in the last year of engineering?" Then I had to tell him a small story. Can I tell you a small story? Story means, to tell a story, you must be a certain kind of audience. If I say, once upon a time, hello? You can't tell a story to such people. So this is not once upon a time, some time ago, it happened in UK that there was an elite dinner party. In that, there was one guest who was not very impressively dressed. He was wearing all crumpled jacket and trousers, and he was invited and he was at the table. A very high-fashion lady who happened to settle down next to him kind of looked at him and asked, "What do you do?" He said, "Ma'am, I study science." "Oh, you study science? I finished that in high school." Well, an institute of science and technology, you never finished this, all right? Hello? Either exploration of science, which is the knowledge base for engineering, or engineering, which is the basis of what we create and what we don't create. Engineering can build something monstrous, but engineering can build something that's magical also. Essentially, I would say, on our inner engineering book, there is a quote, in the international edition, somehow the Indian publisher left it out. On the front page, the quote is, "One man's engineering is another man's magic." What we thought was magic 100 years ago, today we know is engineering, isn't it? Hello? Now, that means you've been trained for 4 or 5 years in the craft of magic. What kind of magic you create, whether you will create a magic of well-being, a magic of miraculous things that people can do in future, or you will create a dark magic, a black magic. Both can be done, I'm saying, because knowledge has no intent, technology has no intent, science has no intent.
As every other energy has no intent, it is in whose hands it is, accordingly it works. It could be used… I was very impressed by all of you taking this oath. It's very important because people thought the oath is only for the doctors. No, the oath is for every one of us. In whichever way we are empowered, in whichever way we are empowered. When I say in whichever way we are empowered, all knowledge is empowerment, all competence is empowerment, all capability is empowerment. Empowerment should be in the hands of those who are inclusive and caring about every other life around them. If those who doesn't care about what is around them get empowered, this science and this technology is going to be a super destructive process. Right now, unfortunately, we have seen both of these things in the world. Even today, the cutting-edge science and technology first goes to the war machine on the planet. It's only then it comes to other various uses which cause well-being to people. So this has to change sometime in future. It's not all in your hands, but this must be the intent right now, that this oath-taking, you must keep it in your heart. It's not just for one day. You must keep it in your heart that what you know, it must create best things for yourself and everybody around you. This needs to happen. Well, engineering is a funny thing. I'm not a qualified engineer, but I'm always engineering something or the other. So, this happened. You heard of the French Revolution, or you don't touch history at all. Technology is about the future, Sadhguru. We don't have a rear view mirror. Hello? You know about the French Revolution. The intent of this revolution and many other revolutions, but in this particular French Revolution, it was well articulated. The intent is liberty, freedom. But so many things had to happen and they have to remove a lot of heads. So, taking a sword and cutting people's heads is a lot of work. So the French engineers came up with a machine called guillotine. A machine that if you just pull a rope, a string actually, if you pull the string, chuck, the head will roll. You put a man there, pull the rope, head will roll without effort. So one day, as a part of the revolution, a politician, a priest and an engineer were to be executed on that day. The politician came and they dragged him and put his head there and they pulled the string, it didn't come down. Then politician has people, support. So all the people cried, "You can't do it now, now you pull the string and it did not come down, it's his fate, you have to leave him." Then they let him go. The priest, they brought him, put his head there and pulled the string, it didn't come down. Then they said, "This is divine intervention, you can't do it again, leave him." So he was let go. The engineer came and put his head, looked like this, like this. Then I said, "I know what's wrong with this one." But I could be careful, huh? Engineers, be careful. What kind of solutions we find, hello? What kind of solutions we find, we must be careful because technology has no mind of its own. It's we who give it an intent, it is we who make things happen out of it. It is only an enhancement of our capabilities. What we call as technology is just an enhancement of what we already can do, multiplying it into 1,000 different ways. But the intent still has to be from the human heart. That intent has to be maintained if science and engineering has to really benefit humanity. We've reached a place in the world today in 21st century where things which were looking impossible or would be almost magical even 50 years ago, today is commonplace. Hello? So many things that you could not even imagine possible is all there. So this is the power of engineering.
and how we engineer the world. This is our time on the planet. Hello, I want you to understand, this is our time on the planet. We were not here all the time, we will not be here all the time. Right now is our time on the planet. What kind of world we engineer is our business. Hello? What kind of world we create, what kind of world we want to live in, what kind of world would we be proud of leaving behind us is absolutely our business. And engineers of the world should be always conscious of this, watchful of this, and little cautious of it also, because in the process of engineering things, we can engineer monstrous possibilities. It's very important we create something that is long-term well-being for all life. So, it is very wonderful to see that all of you graduating today and so much gold, and all the girls grabbed the gold, wonderful. I'm sure they can put the gold to better use than boys. It's a fantastic thing in India that 30 years ago, you could hardly find any girls in engineering colleges. Today all of you here, really congratulations. Whether you got a medal or not, congratulations for just being here. Because we need more gentle and caring engineers for the future. Hello? Very important. We are at a time in the nation building. In the making of a nation, we are at a certain time, a certain threshold. In the sense, see, in the next 10 to 20 years' time, what we do in this country, what we do as a nation, what we do as human beings can determine many things and can cause certain momentum which has never been achieved in the history of humanity. Right now we are on a surge in this country that if we do the right things in the next 10-15 years' time, we can move 400 to 600 million people from one level of living to another in a democratic way. This has never been done in the history of humanity. 600 million people moving from one level of life to another has never happened. In a few countries it's been done with extreme cruelty and force, but without force, without shooting people dead, without locking up people, democratically. Democratically means, you must understand, that means we debate everything, whether it's necessary or not. 5 Indians are there means there are 10 opinions. Hello? And every day we will debate everything, just everything. Is this day or night? We'll debate. Though it's clear, to my eyes and your eyes it's very clear whether it's day or night, it doesn't matter. We are Indians, we have to debate, we have to raise questions. This all comes from a certain culture in which we have grown, because this has always been a land of seekers. When I say land of seekers, see, normally nations are made on the basis of their belief, what religion, what race, or some kind of ideology. These are the ways nations are made. But we are a kaleidoscope of a nation. If you travel 50 kilometers, right here, people look different, talk different, eat different, everything different. 50 kilometers if you travel, clothing is different, food is different, language is different, culture is different. Your neighbor, they've been living here in the same place for 100 years, but still they cook different, we cook different. Unless both of you are Swiggy customers. So, this is such a complex culture and we have been like this. Even in the past, when politically we were over 600 political entities, 600 kingdoms in this land that we called as Bharat, or largely was known as Hindustan across the world.
people outside the country still experienced as one nation. Political boundaries were amorphous, they kept getting smaller, bigger. You heard, if you said you have read some history, if you read some history, you know Chalukya kingdom was like this, then it shrank like that, the Cholas were like this, they then became this big and they became like this. Endlessly, boundaries were changing, the borders were changing, because we did not give much significance to the political leadership. It is the cultural and spiritual ethos of this nation which kept us together and which gave us a characteristic which was unique. So, outside the country, you know, like when I was traveling in Syria, Lebanon and in that region, you won't believe, just everybody in the rural-most part of Syria and Lebanon knows so much about India that you will be surprised that you don't know about our own country, that kind of things and facts. Why means they all remember. For example, the Aleppo city, which was such a beautiful city when I went, now it's painful to see, it's become just rubble because of war and now earthquake, everything together had reduced it to just rubble. But when I went there a few years ago, it was such a beautiful city, and I met the mayor and a few others, they were telling me the whole city was built on the taxes levied on Indian traders 8,000 years ago, and still a living city. And hundreds or thousands of women in both Syria, Lebanon and in that region are named as Hind. That means they're named after this, after Hindustan. Even today, thousands of women carry the name Hind because for them, prosperity and knowledge always came from Hind. This has been the culture and tradition of this because this has never been a land of believers. This has always been a land of seekers. This is not a place where there is an absolute sense of the God up there. This is very important. This may be a little shocking, and especially here I'm saying this. You know, this is a godless country, you must understand. Why I'm saying this is because there is no absolutism in this culture. In the same house, you can worship a man god, a woman god, an elephant god, a buffalo god, whatever you want. It's fine. You worship buffalo god, I worship elephant god, we got no problems. Because there is no absolutism that this is how it should be. This is very important for the future of the world, that absolutism, with the kind of technological power we have, with the kind of military power we have, absolutism could end the world. My way is the way, can end the world, isn't it? So this is a culture where even if so-called divine entities came, we ask them questions. When Shiva came, his wife freaks him with questions. Krishna came, he's just trying to talk to one guy. How many questions? Hello? So we were… about 3-4 years ago, we were trekking in Tibet, we stopped somewhere in one place and we were having an evening satsang, and I said, okay, people have questions, so I said, ask some questions. Then one Indian man who lives in United States stood up to ask a question. He went on asking the question inside a question, inside a question, inside a question, inside a question. It was still going on. Over 8 minutes he asked the question. Still it was going on. I said, please stop, because there were over 42 nationalities there. I said, they're all getting confused because none of them are able to grasp the question. I said, please pardon him, this is an Indian question. We've been practicing how to ask a question for 10,000 years. We've been practicing. Wherever we go, we ask questions. And don't get confused, I'll answer him in a different way. Then one Chinese lady raised her hand and said, Sadhguru, I worked in United Nations for 27 years. Even there, only Indian people ask questions. Because our culture is, we have been a land of seekers. Question, always question. Anything and everything question. Our scriptures are not answers, questions.
and breeding more questions out of questions, because this is about seeking. What seeking means is, you can only seek. You can be a genuine seeker. We're not talking only about spiritual or something else. If you want to seek something, first thing is to realize, I do not know. I know many of you are got doctorates, that means you're a researcher, means you're a seeker, all right? If you want to seek, first thing is, I do not know. You have realized that. I know, you can't seek. Hello? The moment you assume I know, you cannot seek. I do not know is the basis of everything. I do not… If you don't like what I'm saying, you can tell me. Who's that guy who was handling the sound engineer? Is there anybody sound engineers, PhDs, please, sir? Hello, is it okay? Can you hear me? Okay. So, seeking means it is not an idea, it is not something that somebody initiates you into seeking. If you realize, I do not know, you start seeking. I do not know is the most potent thing in our life. I do not know is a tremendous possibility, because the moment you see I do not know, your intelligence cannot sleep. Even if your body sleeps, your intelligence will query all the time. This must happen to every human being, otherwise human intelligence is going waste, that it has gathered so much inertia with I know. These religious beliefs and philosophical beliefs, even scientists are beginning to behave like believers. With these belief systems, you put your intelligence to sleep. I do not know keeps you awake. If I ask you to walk up and down here, without any problem you will walk up and down right now. If this place becomes pitch dark and then I ask you to walk, you become super alert for every step, isn't it? Simply because you do not know. This is the nature of life. If you instill this one thing within you, that I do not know, you will always be super alert. Your intelligence will never sleep in your life, and that must happen to engineers and scientists. Very, very important. If scientists and engineers are sleeping, we are not going to create the world that we want to create. Hello? Hello? Sleeping? Okay. No, I'm just checking you. The moment you say, I do not know, one more thing happens to you. In the yogic culture, we always identify with our ignorance. Why ignorance? Is it not negative? That's one way of looking at it. See, your knowledge, it doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are. Even if you have studied the libraries on this planet, still what you know in relation to what this universe and cosmos is just a minuscule, isn't it? Hello? Neither the religious people nor the men of science know where this cosmos begins and where it ends. Nobody knows. Everybody will tell you a story, they will tell a story, these people will tell you a theory, but nobody knows, isn't it? The fact is, nobody knows. So in this vast cosmos, how much ever knowledge you acquire, it's just a minuscule. If you identify with that knowledge, you will become a minuscule. But your ignorance is boundless. If you identify with your ignorance, you remain boundless. This is very important, that you identify with what you do not know, then your life is a constant search. So you should never be in the last year of engineering, or many of you should not be saying, I've finished engineering. Engineering should not be finished, hello? Because we are producing about 1.5 million engineers in the country every year. I'm glad to see an institution like this is contributing nearly 1,500 plus engineers per year, but 1.5 million engineers. In this, generally, people are saying, I don't want to make a judgment, but people are saying not even 20% is employable as engineers. They can… that's why they're saying you can make bonda, you can make vada, that also needs lot of skill. Don't think bonda will come out easy, hello? But only 20% approximately is the employable engineers. We must raise this percentage because maybe these are all people who finished engineering. Hello? You should not finish engineering, you just started being an engineer now. Now, there is engineering everywhere, the whole cosmos is fantastic engineering, creation is a fantastic engineering. If you pay attention, there is tremendous amount of engineering for us to create in our lives, for human societies. There are many things we can do. A time has come that our engineering is not only for human societies, because we've put every other life to such a terrible process in the last 1 century, we have to engineer for others also. You know, somebody in UK built a tunnel for the frogs to cross the highway, hello, because they're all getting smashed in the highway. So our engineering is not going to be limited in future just for human societies. For every other life we may have to engineer. They are all great engineers by themselves, but because we have disrupted their life so badly, we may have to engineer something for them also. Now soil engineering has become a very important part of our survival and every other life's survival. So, on this day, when you have taken this oath and others who are on the way to become engineers, you never think that you're in the final year of engineering or you finished engineering. No, you're just starting engineering. Engineering is like magician's life. If you really apply yourself, you can create things that nobody else thought was possible. Right from the age of 12, 13, I've been so engaged in aviation. It took me many processes of breaking legs and doing this, trying to fly, because I didn't have wings even then. But I had a desire to fly, and it took me many years before I got my licensing to fly and all this stuff. But even today, if you sit in an airport and see an airplane taking off, I still have goosebumps, because 200, 300 tons just taking off and going away, just an aluminum can, hello? And people already sleeping, they don't know. They're going in an aluminum can, all right? Only when it shakes a little bit, they know they're flying, otherwise it feels like you're sleeping at home. So, it has become possible, engineering, yes or no? What would be thought as magic today is engineering. It's my wish and my blessing. All of you who are here, who have become engineers or who are on the way, must create more and more magic in this world for the well-being of this humanity and all life on this planet. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to felicitate the chief guest, please. Dear audience, you have a chance to ask few questions to Sadhguruji.
Please raise the hand to ask the questions.
Namaskara.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste. So, my name is Sudanva, and I have a question. Like, we all have a purpose in life. So, we all have a purpose in life. So, after life, what's the purpose of our soul or the energy, whatever that exists within us?
That's not an engineering question. See, have you eaten a rasgulla? No?
Yes.
Yes. As you know, the best way to be introduced to your rasgulla is to put it in your mouth. Similarly, some things in life, you know them best only by experience. Are you ready? Now, what happens after death? See, if I ask you what's happening right now, you don't know what's happening with this right now. When I say you don't know what's happening with this right now, is it true that you were not born like this, right? You were born small or you were born like this only?
No, sir.
Born engineer, is it? No.
No, sir.
No, no. You were born as a little baby, now you've grown.
Yes.
That means you gathered the body.
Yes.
Yes. And what you call as your mind also you gathered with various impressions. So your body you gathered, your mind you gathered, and everything else that you have today you gathered. What you gather, you can say this is mine, but you cannot say this is me, isn't it? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm asking you now that you're standing there, are you?
Yes.
No, because I only see your body standing there. Where are you?
Here it.
Where?
Here.
Because the voice is coming out from here. Are you some kind of a ghost or something?
No, sir.
Where are you? Because I'm not able to see you. Can you see him? Hello?
Sir.
I can see your body standing there. I can see your hand going up. But where are you?
I don't know, sir.
So this is the problem, when you don't know what's happening with you right now, how to know what will happen after death? When you're not able to experience what is happening now, how to experience something that will happen in the future? So please invest in life. Don't worry about death. Death is guaranteed. Hello? Life may be denied to you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Life and many aspects of life may be denied to you, but I am assuring you, death is guaranteed. I'll bless you with a long life, but death is guaranteed.
Thank you, sir.
Don't say, okay, I didn't do that. Even earlier it was guaranteed, I'm only reminding you. So, this is important to know what is the nature of my existence. Even when you ask the question, what happens after death, you're still asking the same question, what is the nature of my existence? When is the best time to know it, when you're alive or dead?
When I'm alive.
Let's do that. Make some investment in that direction.
Namaskara Gurugale.
Namaskara.
My name is Neha Ibrampur. What according to you is God and yoga?
Both I must answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, see, this happened. We came out of our mother's wombs, we looked around, so much creation. Who created all this? Have you seen a little child, how he looks at it? Who did all this, you know? Naturally, you look at your mother, because she delivered you. Maybe she did all this. But after some time you realize she can deliver you, but she can't deliver the planet. Then you look at your father, maybe he did it. Then you know he cannot do it. Hello? You know that. Then you ask this person, that person. See, still you're a young woman, you're still asking the same question. You ask this person, that person says, God is there. This person says, God is here, up there. Generally everybody says up there. You're an engineer, on the way. Huh? Oh, even you're a manager. Okay, God is a manager, supposed to be. So, you know, though you're not an engineer, you know the planet is round, right? That much you know. And you know it's also spinning, is it? No? It's spinning or no? It's spinning. So, it is round and it's spinning. Now if you look up, that too you are somewhere around 13 or 14 degrees latitude, if you look up, you're inevitably looking up in the wrong direction. Hello? Yes or no? So everybody is saying God is up there. They're all looking in the wrong direction. Because in this creation, in this universe, does somebody know which is up and which is down? Does anybody know? Is it marked somewhere this side up? No. When you don't know what is up, how the hell do you know who is up? But they all know. This is what I was saying. Belief systems are like this. If we work hard enough on you from your childhood, we can make you believe just about anything. When you were a child, I started telling you, you know, my little finger is God. This is too bad, I can dress it up. My little finger is God. If I keep on telling you, then if I raise my little finger, divine emotions will overflow within you. Or if I keep on telling you my little finger is devil, if I do this, fear will come. Yes or no? We can make you believe just about anything depending upon how vulnerable you are. So, we can believe whatever we want. But the fundamental thing is this, most human beings don't have the basic sincerity, are not even straight enough in their life to admit what they do not know as I do not know. Everything that they do not know, they make it up and they believe, and they tell everybody the same thing. And if somebody else doesn't believe the same thing, they will want them dead, because if they live, my belief will be little bit shaky. This has been the way of the world. Not everybody, but unfortunately this has been the history of humanity, isn't it? Largely. So I'm asking you, if you really look at it, see that boy wanted to know about death, then I ask him when he's alive, where is he? He doesn't know. If you sincerely look at it, you don't know a damn thing about anything in the universe. This is a fact. We know enough to manage a few things. We know how to survive, how to make use of things. We don't know really anything, isn't it? Hello? So, now you can bring a whole lot of confidence in you by believing something. How do you arrive at this belief system? I was talking to a group of people in Nashville in United States, where our center is. I was telling them a joke. In the joke, I referred to God as Him. Immediately a few ladies stood up and said, "Do you believe God is a man?" I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." I know I walked into trouble. Today in America, women are arguing, why can't God be a woman? Well, that's new for them. In India, we have a man god, we have a woman god, we have an elephant god, snake god, cow god, tree god, crawling ones, creeping ones, flying ones, every kind. Because we are a very wise culture, you know. We foresaw all the future problems that may come up tomorrow, who knows? If tomorrow an earthworm stands up and says, "I'm God," we say, "Yes, we already bow down to you. We got no problem." If the cobra stands up, we say, "Yes." Hello? So this goes on. You heard of Idi Amin? Idi Amin, you heard of him? The Uganda man? Idi Amin declared, God is black. I agree with him. If a white man can have a white God, why can't a black man have a black God? This is also a big argument in Southern America. Is God white or black? Big argument, debates going on. But these people do not know because they've never seen God. Hello? Never saw God. Only His messenger or His son came to you. God never came. But in India we know God is brown. Hello? Because God Himself landed here 9 times. You know, Dashavatara 9 times He's come, 10th time He's going to come. 9 times He Himself came. Indians outside India are extremely proud of this. God came to our country. To other countries He sent messengers and sons. To our country He Himself came. I keep reminding them that's because God wouldn't trust anybody else with Indians. He wanted to do it hands-on, hands-on engineering. Whether He came 9 times or 11 times, we can argue about it, but you can see He failed. Hello? Try to do many things and a big confusion happening. So I'm saying, you can believe what you want, anything you want. But you must understand, what you do in your psychological space and what is existentially true are 2 different things altogether. Huh? Yes or no? Your thought and emotion is your making. Is that so? Is that so? Your thought and your emotion is entirely your making. Is that so? Only a few people saying yes. What about others? Oh, he's talking about God. Today if I say yes to this, maybe when outside a lightning will strike me down, it may anyway strike you down. I want you to know this. Because none of you have come here with a guarantee card of any kind. We hope, we do our best. But does anybody have a guarantee card? Your silly phone has 2-year guarantee. No, I'm sorry, smartphone. It all depends. Whether the phone is smarter than you or you're smarter than the phone, accordingly you say a silly phone or a smartphone, right? But nobody here has 2-year guarantee card, isn't it? So this is the nature of life. You don't know what's the next step. So to create certainty, you create belief. This will give you confidence, but without clarity. Confidence without clarity is a disastrous process. See, right now, suppose my vision is not clear, it's very clear. Suppose it's not clear and I want to walk through these people. I can't see very well, but I'm confident. There are a lot of people like this. Hello? You meet them every day? Don't you meet them every day? They can't see what is in front of them, but they're very confident. These people are a disaster. If you cannot see well, at least you must have hesitation. Hello? Yes or no? If you cannot see well, at least you must be hesitant. Gently seek help and work. But there is no clarity but you have confidence is a disastrous process. This is what belief systems will give you. It won't give you clarity, but it will give you confidence. All you have to do is just say one slogan and that's it. You can go through anything. It may work sometimes, you know. It may work sometimes. Suppose there's a busy… Just now, I don't know how the traffic is, I did not use the expressway. Suppose traffic is already full, I don't know. And above all, if people are driving fast, if you… whatever is your favorite slogan, I won't utter the slogans because it will become a political issue, election is also coming. Something, your own God or whatever, you shout one slogan and just run across the highway. You may make it. Either by this sheer chance or because of the compassion of some driver, you may make it. But if you try this every day, we know where to pick you up, isn't it? Yes or no? So, all the things that happen by chance are attributed to belief. This is very important that we understand we did not make the creation, 100%. Yes or no? Neither you nor me created this creation. Everything was there before we came. But because we are human, we think one big man is sitting up there and doing everything. But now women are arguing, but would you like to be called a big woman? No. That's a good thing about a woman. She doesn't want to be a big woman. Man wants to be a big man. Safety of feminine leadership, I'm saying. They don't want to be big. Good. Some women became big, that's a different matter in leadership. But I'm saying the issue is this, that we want an explanation for creation. Being human, the simplest explanation is, a big human being is doing all this. Suppose, no, I'm not calling you anything, okay? I'm just saying, for example, suppose you are a buffalo with big horns. Who would you think God is? Big buffalo with 10 horns. Yes or no? Whatever your form was, you would naturally imagine something much bigger than that would be your God. So this is a childish explanation, it's all right for children, not okay for adults. If you've grown up, most people refuse to grow up through their entire life. When I say refuse to grow up, there are many ways to look at it. When you are a 5, 6-year-old girl, you're still a joyful, wonderful woman, but when you are 5, 6-year-old girl, you are simply bouncing with life, isn't it? Exuberant, joy. For what reason? No reason. You did not need a reason to be joyful. So if you were like that in the square one of your life, by the time you are 25, 30, you must become ecstatic, isn't it? But most people are becoming depressed. Just now, the CDC Institute in Atlanta came out with these statistics saying that 1 out of 3 teenage girls in America are depressed. 1 out of 3. Which one of you? I'm saying we're getting there. We're getting to pandemic proportions. There are many reasons for this, I will not go into that. But generally, whether boys or girls of that age were simply exuberant and bubbly for no reason. But now they're getting depressed. This is happening simply because we are not addressing life as it is. We are making up things. And when our stories collapse, we build all kinds of stories. And when our stories collapse, everything is lost. Nothing is lost. It is just that your psychological lie has been lost. So I'm saying, why don't you be honest enough to say, I don't know. How this happened, you don't know. How the tree happened, you don't know. How this world happened, you don't know. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? A few things we figured out. Rest we don't know, isn't it? And how wonderful and human of you to say, I don't know. Is it too long an answer? It's okay. Now I'll make yoga very short because that's something you can do. God you cannot do. Hello? Yoga you can do. So I'll put this way. The word yoga means union. Are you breathing? No, you don't just agree with me. Are you really breathing? Yes, yes. No, because this is post-COVID time, I'm just checking. If you're breathing, it's happening. It's not that you're doing, it's happening to you. Because Mother Earth is still holding you in her womb of this atmospheric bubble, maintaining a certain pressure, certain temperature, certain everything so that you can breathe. If she reduces the temperature, pressure, you cannot breathe. If she increases the pressure, your lungs will burst. Hello? Right kind of pressure, temperature, other constituents of the air, everything maintaining just to keep you alive, yes or no? Like in your mother's womb, how she maintained the right pressure, right temperature, right everything to nurture you, even today, you're in the womb of Mother Earth, yes or no? Without it, you cannot exist for a moment. So yoga means you're one with everything. In your breath, are you not one with everything? What you exhale, isn't the tree inhaling? What the tree exhales, aren't you inhaling right now? Now if you sit here and experience this, suppose you experience that you're actually one with everything, which is a fact. Modern science can prove this to you, atomic science and particle science can prove this to you, that actually it is the same thing everywhere. But if you experience it, this is called yoga. If you became yoga like this, after that, do I have to tell you, don't kill this person, don't drop this person, don't harm this person, don't do this, don't do that? Do I have to tell you? Anything that you experience as a part of myself, with this you have no conflict. You must become yoga. You're a wonderful young woman, but you must become really fully blossomed. Life, that will happen when you genuinely start experiencing yourself one with everything. This is possible for every human being. These two holes are just to show you, always you are in yoga, but you don't know. This is the difference in our life. See, anything that is here, if you're conscious about it, only if you're conscious about it, it exists for you. If you're not conscious about it, it doesn't exist for you. When you fall asleep, the world itself doesn't exist for you, isn't it? Because it is only our consciousness which brings everything to us. If you become conscious that actually you are one with everything in this universe, then you are in yoga, then we will refer to you as a yogi. It must happen to you in your life. Thank you very much.
One last question from PDA, specially able child.
From who?
One last question from PDA, please.
All. So this was
One
all not…
last question from PDA student, specially able child, please.
Sir, it's here.
Where is that?
So one of our deaf student want to ask some question to you, sir.
One of you?
Deaf student, hearing impaired.
Oh, okay.
Namaste, sir. My name is Deepak. I am deaf. I want to question, I have a one doubt. You are, Sadhguru sir, you are educating every hearing person. I saw they are developing, and for disability students, we are still suffering. Could you suggest any suggestion for us?
You can read. Most of the things that have been spoken have also been printed, so you can read. There are also some people who are talking about some technology that I'm not so conversant with. They are saying for hearing impaired, there is a way that they could just hold their hands on some kind of a screen or something and listen through that. They're talking about it, but I don't think it's still prevalent everywhere. But you can read. We can send you some books. I will make sure if you stand aside, I'll ask one of our volunteers to send a book to you today itself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, another person wants to ask a question. Okay.
One last question again.
Yes, please.
Namaste, sir. If our friends is hating us, we are not hating them, then how can we handle them?
What is that? I'm sorry.
Can you please repeat the question?
Hello, Sadhguru. If our friends hate us, we don't hate us, how can we handle with them?
Oh. Then you don't call them friends first thing. So at your age, I'm sorry I didn't get the name. At your age, you shouldn't be thinking about who hates you. And anyway, how somebody experiences their life and how somebody experiences people around them. I'm asking you, do you feel wonderful when you look at something or someone lovingly or in anger or hatred? Which feels better for you? Hello? Okay. Which feels better for you? You can just shout, don't worry about the microphone. You're a young girl, you can shout. Oh. It's all right. You try this. When you're angry, how you experience life. When you're joyful and loving, how you experience life. You will know definitely being joyful and loving is a better way to be. You be that way. How somebody else is unfortunately their fate. Hello? But if you go into the garden, there is a rose plant, there are maybe a handful of flowers, but maybe 100 thorns on the plant. Will you go and caress all the thorns before you enjoy the flower? No, you stay away. That's what you do, but you don't have to hate the thorns, because only because of the thorns the flowers have come up, and the flowers are valuable only because of the thorns. So, you be a flower, don't worry about the thorns.
Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to felicitate the chief guest, please.
Hello. This is the 42nd shawl Swamiji is giving me. I keep telling him it's enough, but he won't stop. I'm becoming a double-decker, okay? I don't have two heads. I wish I had two brains, but at least I have two petals.
May I now request Sri Raghavendra Shastri ji to come on to the dais, please. I request Honorable Chancellor to felicitate the Shastri ji.
ಮುಂಚೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನಂಬರು ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಪೇಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದವರು ಇವರೇ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವರು. ಅವ್ರು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ವೆರಿ 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 ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ತುಂಬ ಡೈನಾಮಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಹೊಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಎಸ್ ಎಂ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಆಪ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದಂಥವ್ರು, ಈಗಲೂ ಆಪ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವರು ಬೆರಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸೋ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಘವೇಂದ್ರ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಒಬ್ಬರು. ಅವ್ರು ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರಣರು. ಮಠದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಭಿಮಾನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದದ್ದು ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ.
I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to felicitate His Holiness, Honorable Chancellor of JSS Science and Technology University, please. Good evening, one and all. I submit my humble pronouns to the lotus feet of His Holiness Swamiji, Jagat Guru Shri Shivratri Deshrendra Maga Swamiji Avaru. It is my pleasant duty to propose a word of thanks. I submit my humble gratitude and thanks to His Holiness Swamiji, the Chancellor of JSS Science and Technology, for his gracious presence and blessing all of us, notably the young graduates who have received their degrees today. Our Honorable Chancellor always create an opportunity every year during the convocation for our young graduates to get motivated and enlightened by a world-renowned visionary during the start of their career. Thank you, His Holiness Swamiji, for bringing such an iconic philosopher today to address the graduates. Yes, our distinguished chief guest, Sri Sadguruji, is a multifaceted spiritual leader who has envisioned and mooted many revolutionary movements which are setting trends and standards for better living on the earth. Now the whole world perceived him as an encyclopedia that teaches to lead a civilized life like an epitome, and also the world is taking him as the living example for a serene life. Sadguruji, our graduates are really fortunate to get steered up by your inspirational words of wisdom and to acquire confidence and also aspire to reach greater heights and success in their future endeavors. Thank you very much, Sadguruji, for your time and benevolence to incite our graduates with a systematic formula for leading a balanced life. I thank Dr. C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Magavidya Pita, for his esteemed presence and for administering the professional oath to our graduates, and for the constant guidance given all through. Thank you very much, sir. I thank Professor M.H. Dhananjaya, Advisor, and Dr. B. Suresh, Director, Technical Education Division, JSS MVP, the members of our BOG who could not participate due to some pressing schedules. I thank them for their mentorship, guidance, and constant motivation provided in all our university missions. I thank Professor S.A. Kori, Vice Chancellor, the Central University of Andhra Pradesh, Anandpur, member of our BOM, and an overlong well-wisher who supports and guides us in all our developmental activities. Thank you very much, sir. I thank Dr. Manjunatha Bhargava, Director and Consultant, Kaveri Hospital, Mysuru, member of BOG, for kind present and encouragement given. Thank you, sir. I thank the Vice Chancellor for the constant support, fortitude, and fellowship rendered in our university activities. I thank the secretaries, directors, and officers of JSS Magavidya Pita, officers of JSS AHER, and the officers from all our sister institutions for their kind presence. And I thank the members of Board of Governors, Board of Management, Academic Council, Finance Committee, and Research and Innovation Council of JSS STU, and member of Governing Council of the Constituent College for their kind participation. I thank the Controller of Examination and his team, Finance Officer, Deans of Faculties, Officers of Deanery, registry, chancellery, principal of the constituent college, heads of the department, faculty members, and administrative and supporting staff for their proactive involvement and participation in this convocation ceremony and for making it a grand success. I thank the Vice Chancellor and heads of other institutions for their kind presence and thank all the distinguished guests, alumni, donors, and our well-wishers. I thank Sri Raghavendra Shastriji, special invitee, and volunteers from Isha Foundation for participation in this convocation ceremony. At this juncture, I must record a special thank to all the graduates and their parents who are the focus of importance of today's ceremony and for attending this event in person. I congratulate and thank all the PhD awardees, graduates, rank holders, gold medalists and endowment awardees who are present here and have received the awards. I immensely thank the members of the press, electronic and digital media and the support staff for their presence and for providing extensive coverage in all our activities time and again. I thank one and all who have emphatically helped us in organizing this 5th convocation of JSS Science and Technology University in a grand manner. Thank you, one and all.
Honorable Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to close the convocation.
We declare this convocation closed. May everyone stand up for the national anthem.
On behalf of JSS family and JSS Science and Technology University, we thank you for your kind cooperation. Your kind attention, please. High tea or refreshments have been arranged to one and all. Teaching and non-teaching staffs of JSS Science and Technology University at the SJCE auditorium for students and others near the Sri Ganesha temple. Thank you once again for your kind cooperation. Have a great evening. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. A photo session will be followed by another couple of minutes.